But where the Arsenal's beef with the media, with opposing fans started a long, long time ago. So I want to play something for you, like I said, like I've played on this show often. And also, I believe what you're about to watch, if you haven't seen it and you're watching it for the first time, this to me is the closest thing to Mikel Arteta and George Graham, I think, are very super close in terms of their philosophy and their ruthlessness and their management. I think we were underestimated for some great football we played in the late 80s and early 90s. And I think our pragmatism was taken for boring, boring Arsenal. Long live boring, boring Arsenal. I'll take it all day long if it yields success. Okay? And then fast forward to the Wenger era. They hated us even more. Why? Because theirs isn't gold. There's no other explanation. Manchester City took the treble bragging rights away from Manchester United. United had that over everybody in English football. Manchester City took that away from them. And please be aware that this season, it wouldn't surprise me if Pep Guardiola's main goal is to take the Invincibles bragging rights away from us. He wants to conquer English football in ways nobody else has, regardless of the 115 charges and what is alleged charges and what is happening now. He's concentrating and focusing on the football. Whatever happens after that, we'll either celebrate it or we'll be spitting blood for the rest of our football lives. But Wenger also irritated the English football universe by taking the Arsenal unbeatable throughout an entire season. They hate us for it. They loathe us for it. They want to continually tell us that we're losers, that we're a small club. But you know what? I'm sick and tired of it. I'm over it. It's time for Arsenal fans to take a beat, to realize what's happening, even within our own fan base, on social media, on YouTube channels. Clickbait, clickbait, clickbait. You know what? Is it okay to be positive? Is it okay to believe in your club? Is it okay to have thought one thing before and now you believe in another? Is it okay to think that a 0-0 result against the Europa League champions, who everyone was lauding last season, is a great result for a first away game in a Champions League format that none of us have seen before? Is that okay? Is it okay to go to your enemy and score them in defensive football and nick a goal and win 1-0? Will it be okay to go to the Etihad on Sunday and get a 1-1 draw or get a draw or come away with a point against a team that nobody can beat, but we got 4 points off last season? It's September. It's not over. Anything is possible in football. But for me, this is where it started. I want to play this, have a listen, and then we'll go from there.
Number two, it's the first opportunity I've had to talk to everybody after the tribunal decision. And the media are enjoying it. The majority of the media are enjoying it. They're enjoying us getting all this stick, because normally nothing comes out of Highbury, right? And they're enjoying it. Again, lads, there's one way to handle it. Just keep winning matches. They're looking at us, and the stick we've been getting the last couple of weeks, right? It seems fashionable just now to jump in the bandwagon and get into Arsenal. It's fashionable. We're not second bottom, we're second top. And that's what they're sick. We're second top of the league. And it's the best start we've had for over 40 years. So keep thinking football all the time. Okay? Think of football. You should all be proud of yourself and make sure we'll work hard individually and collectively. Right? We're all professional people. You've all got responsibilities to yourself and your families. And keep that in your mind at all times, right? The lads, if we stay together as a unit within the club, and even now, I'm trying to sort of get the crowd right with us. And we've got to get the fans on our side a lot more, like they do up north, especially at home. Right? We've got to get them, included in it, because I'm getting loads and hundreds of letters telling us, right, about how unfair it is that the media are jumping on top of the bandwagon. Why are we getting bad press? We've got to get the fans on our side. You go up north, it's almost like a gold star. You go to places up there, and then we've got to do the same to our fans. And I'll put them up. Don't worry about that. But lads, we've got to watch our behaviour. I'm telling you right now. And that means we've still got to tackle, we've still got to close down, we've still got to challenge.
It was one of
That to me is quintessential George Graham. Some of you may be old enough to remember that. Some of you are young enough to maybe not have seen it. And some of you somewhere in the middle where you heard about it, but you've seen it on the old YouTube. This is exactly what's happening right now. Now, at that time, it was towards the end of the season, right? But I played that clip towards the end of last season when people were talking about us choking and being bottlers. Keep it coming. Keep it all the abuse coming. The dartboard that is Arsenal Football Club has lived not only now during the Arteta years, but it lived through the Wenger years and through the George Graham years. It is astonishing to me how even after, and remember, this coming from an early non-adopter, how nobody, okay, not nobody, but so many in the media still will not recognize and give credit where it's due. And the only time we're going to get respect is if we win the Premier League. And this is something that we have to accept. So this is why I've decided, as of today, I'm cutting out the noise. I don't care.